What I want to look at here, and it ties in well with the other short seminar on plagiarism, is referencing. The importance of referencing. The need to know referencing in your academic work, which you might not have had to do up until now. What you're looking at here is part of a bibliography, or a list of references that an actual DIT student has used in one of their essays. It includes, just so you can see examples of them, a book, journal articles, and a website. What you're looking at here is a citation or embedded reference that the student has used in the main body of their essay, which gives the author and the year of publication, Gerber and Kensky, 2010. The full reference details with the title, the publisher, the place it was published will be given in the bibliography, but it alerts the reader to its use in the essay here. What I hope to explain and show you in the next 5 minutes is what is referencing, why you got to do it, and give you basic information about how to go about referencing a book, a journal article, and a website as the three most commonly used sources or forms of information used in your essays or other works. Unfortunately, like languages, there are numerous different styles or forms of referencing being used. APA, MLA, MHRA, Chicago, Harvard. I'll stop there. And no common one in use across the DIT. It is important that your individual lecturer tells you early on what style they expect you to use and explains it. If they don't, ask, and if necessary, ask again until you're clear. The underlying principles, though, are the same, and that's what I'm going to look at now. When you're writing an essay, you're not just making it up as you go along. Sure, you'll be using your own words and ideas, but you'll have attended lectures on the subject, probably been given a reading list to swat up on, handouts, reputable websites to consult. It is all these sources of information which you use during your research and then mention in your essay that you need to acknowledge in your handed up, finished piece of work. This is not just another rule or hurdle thought up by your lecturer to make life difficult. Rather, it's good and standard practice in any piece of well-written, structured, and presented argument. Little as you might believe it now, it also develops your skills in constructing valid, watertight arguments to impress, not just now in college, but also through life and work. By your referencing, you can impress your lecturers with the range of books and sources that you've consulted, demonstrate an ability to build an argument, show that you understand and are on top of a subject, give links so that others can go have a look later at your sources, and finally, avoid any suspicion or charge of plagiarism. You need to reference if you're quoting other people's words, using direct quotations, and also any text taken direct from a book, journal article, or website. Even if you're just summarizing these words, you need to acknowledge them, as what you're doing is reusing the ideas, thoughts, or theories of others. Nothing wrong in that. Just make sure to share the credit. I'm keeping it simple here, but this reference lark extends to many other things, like data, images, videos, tweets, online opinion, analysis, graphs, mathematical equations. But for now, let's just look at three of the most common examples: books, journal articles, and websites. This is generally the order in which you will record the information, starting with the names of the author and then the year of publication before the title. Just to complicate things further, the punctuation varies with different referencing styles. So again, and I cannot stress this enough, ask your lecturer what reference system they want you to use. Here's how a journal article which you might use will appear in your bibliography. A bit more complicated, as it involves putting in the exact date of publication, the issue and volume number, and no two journals are the same. Increasingly, you'll be wanting to use web information and sources in your essay. Not a problem, that's great. Just remember to be using good, quality, reliable, reputable, trusted sites. Remember to include in your reference of a website the date that you accessed it. Citing in your work will be necessary when you quote or mention the book, article, website, whatever in the text. In these cases, what you will need to do is put the author's name and year of publication in brackets at the end of the relevant sentence. The good news with referencing is the more you do it, the better you get at it, and the more you see the point in it, the better you will be rewarded in it. And remember, your lecturer should provide you with all the information about what type of referencing style they expect you to use. A final piece of advice. Keep a record as you go of all the information sources you consult. Create a Word or Excel document for them, or use a reference management software tool such as EndNote. And you can find more details about EndNote on the library website. So, best to go use the library. Find out all the marvellous resources they have to help with your coursework, and find out, if you need to, how to make the best use of all that information and reference it in your library, in your essays. As is always the case, if you're not sure, go ask a librarian.